Welcome to Novorossia Rocks radio station in downtown Donetsk. This is Zak Novak, your American volunteer. The last 24 hours have been very, very difficult. Again, atrocities committed by the Kiev regime, supported by Obama. Heavy bombs, heavy attacks. But before I tell you about that news, important official statements from our government here in Novorossia. DNR and LNR have called on the UN Security Council to establish a tribunal to investigate crimes on Donbass. Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republic called on the United Nations Security Council to establish an international tribunal to investigate war crimes committed during the operation in Donbass. It was announced. Committing crimes in the territory of Donbass, DNI LNR have turned to the United Nations requesting the establishment of an international tribunal for the prosecution of persons responsible for serious violations of international humanitarian law and crimes against humanity. It is senseless to expect an objective investigation of all the facts of the crimes on the part of Kiev, stressed in a speech by the wonderful President Zakharchenko. Remember Battalion Tornado, which managed to kill more than a dozen civilians. In our opinion, the opinion of the detente and investigation, such facts should be dealt with by international organization. We call on the Security General of the United Nations, permanent members of the Security Council, the United States, France, Britain, China, Russia, are to discuss without delay the formation of such a tribunal at the next meeting and prepare an appropriate resolution. Another official statement by our dear President Zakharchenko. Since the beginning of the year, as a result of Nazi Ukrainian aggression, more than 1,200 civilians killed. Nazi Ukrainian forces during fighting in the year 2015, also during the declared truce in February, more than 1,200 inhabitants killed in Donetsk People's Republic. Data for the inhabitants of the Republic are simply shocking. During the year killed also included 25 children under the age of 18 years. Zakharchenko noted that during the conflict in the year 2014, DNI 3,864 died, including 522 women and 65 children. That is more than 5,000 of our citizens killed just because they are residents of Donbass. According to the head of DNI, also during the year, the war wounded and handicapped for life more than 6,200 people, including women, children, and the elderly. More than 2,000 inhabitants of DND are missing. Just in, urgent, reprisals and raids by Kiev in Donbass is direct violation of the Geneva Convention. Reprisals, raids by Kiev resulted in massive loss of civilian life and is a violation of international humanitarian law, said today our dear President Alexander Zakharchenko. The Kiev operation since last year has resulted in mass casualties. According to official data of the UN, more than 6,000 people killed, about 16,000 injured. Many residents of the republics were forced to leave their homes. These actions are direct violations of the Geneva Convention, crimes against humanity. The actions of the Nazi Kiev authorities in Donbass, Zakharchenko described as genocide. And now for some crisis news the past 24 hours. Two groups of Nazi Ukrainian forces carried out an attempt to infiltrate into Donetsk. Kiev subversive groups last night carried out an attempt to infiltrate into Donetsk in the airport area. This was announced today by DND Defense Minister Vladimir Kononov. Two diversionary groups attempted to enter the city, Kononov said. That Nazi Ukrainian forces have worked under the guise of BMPs, armored personnel carriers, and anti-aircraft installations. But Their surprise attack was crushed. This morning, Nazi Ukrainian forces bombarded Kievsky district of Donetsk and Spartak, destroying 2 apartment buildings. 15 minutes ago, there was shelling of Spartak and Kiev district. Shells hit residential areas. Houses totally destroyed. 1 woman in concussion in the hospital. A representative of the local authorities stressed that the village Spartak, even the last few nights, was hit by Nazi Ukraine forces, civilians hiding, taking shelter in basements. DNR Ministry of Defense recorded 46 violations of the ceasefire by Nazi Ukraine forces. The Donetsk People's Republic recorded 46 ceasefire violations by Nazi Ukraine, including the use of heavy weapons. The intensity of shelling by Ukraine's side for the past 24 hours has increased and totaled 46 violations of the ceasefire, which includes the increasing of movements and shelling from artillery. According to the Defense Ministry, on the territory of DNI, tank and artillery shells, 125, 82, 120 millimeter caliber shells, and also used are anti-tank, grenade launchers, and small arms. According to DND, the Defense Ministry, there are constant attacks on Donetsk Kiev region, Gorlovka, and Dokuchaevsk. In addition, settlements were Staromikhailivka, Zaitsevo, Yalenovka, also Krasny Oktябрь, and Bela Kamenka.